All right. Hello. Thanks for joining me. We are going to be doing a lot of focusing on breathing today with our movements. So we're going to start on our backs and just find a comfortable position for a second so you can let your low back have that natural arch. And then just take a deep breath of air. And honestly, however you prefer to do it, whether it's in through the nose, in through the mouth, out through the nose, out through the mouth. Our focus here is just really getting deep breaths, focused breaths, slower breaths, not necessarily anything else beyond that. So whatever you like to associate with your breathing, go for that. All right, we're going to extend the right leg long on the ground, and then let it hover off the ground just about, I don't know, 2 inches, 6 inches, something like that. Take your left knee and hug it into the chest as much as you can. I'm going to tuck my chin and chest, but if you prefer to keep your head on the ground, you're welcome to do that. I want you to push your low back into the ground and tighten deep into your abdomen. So as I really push my low back into the ground, my right leg actually lifts a little bit, which is fine, but that's where I really want to get that tuck. So once you're there, I want you to hold it. Inhale and then exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Check in what's going on with that low back. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Pull deeper with that low abdomen. Tighten a lot through that core. Switch with your breath. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale. This time when you exhale and switch, hold. So tuck in, push the low back into the ground, round deep into your core, and then we're going to breathe 5 times. 1, keep everything flexed, grab to the core. 2, 3, 4, one more. Keep the belly strong, flex both feet. And then switch on your exhale. Same thing, other side. Tuck it in, grab tight through that core. Remember, we're pushing that low back into the ground. 2, 3. Make sure you're not holding tension on your neck. 4, but grab with the core, tuck the chin in so your neck is long. You're almost stretching through the back of the neck and along the back of the skull. And 1. Okay, now switch with your exhale. You're going to lift your left leg straight, hopefully, or get it as straight as possible. If you're out here, that's okay. You're still lifting your head and shoulders. If that works for you, you're fine to also lower it down, especially if your neck needs a second right now. So you're going to inhale, exhale, and switch, just like we did with our knee pulls, but now we're going straight leg. Inhale, exhale, switch, and switch. Link your breath to the movement. Push the low back into the ground. Keep it switching. Your toes are pulled back toward your shin. Your belly is strong. Your low back pushed into the ground. Neck relaxed. All right, this time hold the leg. I'm going to let my neck lower, my head lower onto the ground, and we're going to take our 5 breaths here. So you're still in flexion. The core is held firm. You're actively pushing the low back into the ground. Your legs are flexed. 2 more breaths. You should be building some heat in the legs and the core for sure. All right, with your exhale, switch. Grab around that core, flex those toes back, press up through the heel on that lifted leg side. Check in, where's your low back? Push the low back into the ground, contract deep into the abdomen. Keep your breathing smooth, deep, even. So focus on the breath, focus on contracting through that core. That one leg is still hovering off the ground. Okay, this is your last breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, both feet on the ground. We're going to do our little side to side movement. I love doing these. I've really gotten to where I like to do them every day. I just think it brings a lot of space and stretch through the low back. So separate your feet till they're about mat width and then rotate your knees side to side. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, exhale. So try to grab your breath in as you lift and lower, and then push it out as you lift and lower. One more each side. Okay, and then lower down and leave them there. We're going to take 2 breaths each side. Put your arms out in a T. Open the chest. You're still gently contracting through the core. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift your knees using the core. Lower over to your other side. We're going to take our 2 deep breaths. Rotate your shoulder heads back and down. This gives you space in the low back, that lumbar spine, but it also opens up that hip flexor. I can feel it opening there. All right, and then depending on where you're at, where your core strength is at, you can keep your feet on the ground and go through that same cycle. Otherwise, lift your feet off the ground and find a tabletop with me. So your shins are going to be parallel to the ground. Your knees are going to hopefully be right over the hips. In order to get that stability and that flexion, again, we still have to contract through those transverse muscles, those abdominals on the side, right? So not the obliques where on the fully outer side, but kind of the front outer part of your abdomen, of your stomach. Contract there. Try to flex in. Those are the muscles that you use when you laugh, cough, choke. Flex in deep, arms back out in your T. We're going to inhale, lower your knees to the left. And then exhale, bring them up and over to the right. So keep that 90-degree angle in your knees. Inhale up and over. All the way. So you might have to hold your breath just a teeny bit. And then exhale to the right. Inhale up and over. Exhale to the right. Check in. You need to use the core to lift up and over. Flex in, flex. Flex your toes back, flex your thighs. Try your best to keep your knees right at your hip level, not tucked into the chest, but right at your hip level. Okay, we're going to go to the right, and you're going to hover 2 inches off the ground. And we're going to take our 2 breaths. Flex it all in. All right, inhale, up and over, to the left, hit your 2 breaths. So you should find some stretch in the upper body, the thoracic spine, middle part of your back, and then grab through the core. So flex into the abdomen, tighten and deep. Feel your low back push into the ground as the knees go up through center and then over to the other side. Push your opposite shoulder into the ground. Flex in deep, bring your knees up and over through center. Grab with that core and then over to the left. Hover. It's more like 6 inches, not 2 inches. It's okay. All right. Bring your knees up and in. Okay, hug your knees tight into your chest. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then we're going to rock and roll. So grab just on the right underneath your knees on your shins. Bring yourself up and then roll back. 1. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2. 3. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. All right, set your feet up for a glute bridge. So your feet should be right underneath your knees so that when you push up into your glute bridge, your knees are going to be right on top of those heels. Look at your thighs. They should be parallel. So a lot of times we end up with a wide angle in our knees, and I want your knees super pulled toward one another. So the outsides of your thighs are parallel. If you had a lines drawn in the middle, or your femurs, your bones, they would be perfectly parallel. All right, so you can do whatever you want with your arms. I kind of like to hang mine up overhead. Contract deep into your abdomen. We're going to inhale with our lift, flex the glutes a lot. Exhale, just let your butt kind of kiss the ground, and then inhale back up. Exhale, drop. Where's the core? Keep it firm. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. 2 more. Inhale up, flex in deep. Find those thighs, the hamstrings, the glutes. Exhale to drop. Inhale up. Flex deep. Exhale to drop. And then we're going to push it up and hold and take 5 breaths. Wiggle your shoulders a little bit down. Push your hips up so you get the height based on the push into the feet. So we're not just looking to overarch that low back. We're not looking to do that at all. So set it up. Feel the flexion in your glutes, flexion through the hamstrings. There's 1. Inhale in deep. Exhale. Here's 3. 4. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. 5. All right, lower those hips. We're going to do our rock and roll again. Hug your knees in, grab just underneath your knees, and then rock forward. Inhale, exhale back. Last one. All right, lower down. We're going to put our feet back on the ground for another glute bridge, and then this time we're going to work with our arms once we're in the glute bridge. So slide it up, get those glutes flexed, hamstrings flexed. Find your position. Remember, we want the thighs parallel. All right, we're going to inhale and exhale with both arms going overhead at the same time for now. So inhale, arms come back. Exhale, drop them back down by your heels. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Okay, we're going to go with the snow angel. So you're going to inhale, bring your arms back up over the head. And then this time I want you to bring the backs of your hands along the ground, like you're doing a snow angel. Inhale. Arms come behind. Push your shoulder blades toward one another. You're working for rotation, range of motion in those shoulders. Keep pushing into the feet to flex the glutes properly. Okay, right arm's going to go behind the head. Left hand is down by the left heel. You're going to inhale, switch like a scissor. Actually, it's not really a scissor, just an alternating arch, I guess. Inhale as you go behind. Exhale as that arm comes back toward the heel. Two more deep breaths. All right, last one. Your thighs should be cooking a little. That's good. Keep contracted through that belly. Make sure you're pushing the hips up using the glutes, not overarching the back. Create a goalpost, so a 90-degree angle in the elbows. Really drive the shoulder heads into the ground, and then you're going to rotate the palms toward the ground. Now, this is as far as my hands can get without my shoulder heads coming off, so that's my range. Inhale back. Exhale, rotate forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Two more. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. And exhale forward. All right, lower those hips. Hug your knees into the chest. And then again, rock and roll 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your core to stop that roll. And 5. Okay, roll it back up one more time. And we're going to switch over onto our hands and knees. All right, so put your big toes together and sit your hips back for a quick child's pose. Knees are nice and wide. Feels good after that long glute bridge. So really extend your arms forward. Flex into the arms. Rotate your shoulder blades back and down. Drop your head onto the ground. Rotate your head side to side. So right ear to the ground, left ear to the ground. Still contract that core, grabbing kind of through the pelvic floor. You'll feel that core engage if you can get that. If you can get the pelvic floor flexion, you'll feel all those deep interior muscles of the core also flex. All right, come up hands and knees. And we're going to do a bird dog, still linking our breath with the movement. Okay, so extend your right arm, left leg, inhale. And then exhale, I want you to tuck the knee and elbow together. Round. Inhale, extend. We're going to hold a split second, and then exhale, round and tuck. Make sure you're getting the belly. We're not just going through the motions. Take your time, slow it down, feel every single piece of the move. What's your back doing? Where does your shoulder want to go? Where should it be going? Are you keeping your hips level as you extend? Can you grab more through the belly? Last one. Other side. Left arm forward, right leg back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck. What is your supporting arm and leg doing? Are you being efficient with your breath? Are you getting a full deep inhale? Don't hold anything back. Last one. All right. Curl your toes under. Sit back on your heels. We're going to just go up and over. Last little bit of breath and movement, and then we're going to call it a day. So I like to tuck my toes under, get a stretch on the underneath side of my feet. If that doesn't work for your feet, you can curl, put the tops of your feet on the ground. Okay, sit nice and tall. Try to find that neutral pelvis, belly still strong, tailbone's kind of pointing toward the ground. Inhale up, exhale, switch. Inhale, so think about expanse between each vertebra. Lift as high as you can. Then you find a little flexion in the front of the belly and in your oblique on the crunching side. One more each side. 1 and 1. All right, grab your hands behind your back, lift your chest, give yourself a little shake out. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.